Hi everyone. In this video, I'd like to show you how the testing procedure will look sort of from the student view. So I'll be the student today, and let's say class started at 4 o'clock. Hopefully on the top left you can see that it's 4:02. So let's say class started at 4 o'clock. There's a test today. So what I'll do is I'll go to my course within D2L. What I'm using is just my phone. So those of you who don't have a laptop or any other device to view the test, I just want to show you that it can be done with a phone, and it's actually quite simple. So I'll go into my course here. When class starts, you'll see that in the Dropbox, so I'll click Assessments in Dropbox. There should be, there we go, a test. So the test 1 or test whatever will appear. I'll actually view this as a student so that you can have exactly the same view. So we'll go back to the Dropbox. And there we go. We can see there's an attachment there. If I actually open up test 1, you'll see all the instructions for this test. And there's the attachment. So what I'll do is I'll open that up. And I would say it's probably a good idea to download it just in case you happen to lose connection or something like that. Then at least you still have the PDF file to open and complete your test. So here's the test. We can see I've opened it up. This is exactly what it would look like in a typical Jamie math class. So what I'll do is, or I guess I'll say the options. The option is if you're using a desktop or a laptop or anything like that, and you have a printer and you'd wish to print it off, go ahead. You can complete it on the test paper itself. If you don't have access to a printer, that is quite all right. So what I'll do is I'll act like I don't have one. And I'll just switch to my camera here so you can see what I'm up to. There we go. So I've got my piece of paper. What I've done is I've just labeled it, test 1, my name. I've got my number 1 there, separated it out. So of course all these are just different items, things like that. And I would just do the work underneath it. Of course, just write as neatly as you normally would. And you can see here number 1 and 2 are just clearly separated. That just will help me out when I'm marking. But as long as you write neatly, I can still mark it just fine. So once you're finished the test, chances are pretty good it's going to be multiple pages is my guess. Oh yeah, the answer to number 3 is Jamie is smart, just in case you wanted a hint. So let's just say I'm finished. It's nearing the time to completion. As you've seen, you've got 75 minutes from the time that the test is available to the time that you have to upload a PDF of this document. So this procedure works very similar to the procedure of submitting an assignment. So what I'll do is I'll go to my scanner app here. So that's right here. And I'll take some photos and turn this into a PDF. So I'll just kind of set one page at a time down, open my camera. So there's my test. I find that this works best with the lights on in a room, in a bright room. Sunlight doesn't seem to work as well. But I'll just make sure everything is included within the edges. There we have it. Looks good. And of course, just ask yourself before you create the PDF whether you can actually read it all or not. So if you take an image and it's not clear, it's nothing just to hit that trash can, delete the page, and just make a new one. So I'll create a new one here for you. Oh, there we go. Take a picture, crop it. It's not looking very good again. No, I don't like that one. So I'll delete the current page and take a new picture. Let's try this again from a better angle. Okay, there we go. Still not good. Let's try again. There, that seems a lot better. So what I'll do is let's get all the edges in there. It doesn't have to be perfect as long as you have all your work within the borders. So we'll save that one. There's my first page. And then of course to add another page, actually I'll hit done. To add another page is that plus button in the middle. So I'll add a page with my camera. There we go. And I'll crop it as well. So if you notice that the image that's produced does not have all the information, you can just hit that crop button and change the borders and then save it. So there we go. We've got everything in there. Don't worry about the edges. As long as, again, you have all the information, that is good enough. So there's my document. That would be my solutions to the test. I think I have about 15 minutes left here to submit, so plenty of time. What I'll do is I'll click on the title on the top, and I'll call this Lowen, Jamie, and this was a test 1, so T1, good enough. I'll email that to myself. So I'll click mail, send it to my personal account. There we go. And off it goes. Once you've done that, you can close that app. There it is already. So I'll download this file and I'll print it somewhere that I can access easily. So I'll save this to my own files, my own iCloud, and I'll just save it to the desktop. Easily accessible. So there we have it. All right, I've made a PDF of my assignment so far. And now what I want to do is upload it back into the Dropbox. So I'll click back here. Hopefully this works. Oh, we'll need to log back in. So again, when you download the PDF, make sure you, or when you open up the PDF, make sure you download a copy of it, just in case you have to log back in. So I'll come back in as a student and I'll go back to the Dropbox and I'll click on test again. Scroll to the bottom and you'll see this add a file. So this is where I'll add a file from my computer and I'll upload it from wherever I saved it. So on my desktop, there we go. There's Lowen Jamie T1. Add. Once you've added it, just make sure you hit the submit button. You should see this message come up, file submission successful. You can hit done. And then you should also see an email here, Dropbox submission receipt, showing you that you've submitted it successfully. So there you have it. All of that needs to be done within the 75 minutes. Normally we would have 50 minutes in a class to do that, but now we have 75. So my assumption is that you've got about 60 minutes to actually complete the test, and then 15 to make sure to upload it within the time limit. And this was all with a phone, so you can see it can be done, and it's really not too bad. I hope this helps you all, and of course, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me.